Well, we're here at the Magic Hatton Boxing and Fitness in Stockport, and this is where lots of magic happens. And Matthew Hatton is the head coach, and it's a lightweight boxing show debut for Campbell Hatton, Hurricane Hatton, as it says down your leg there, which I was just admiring there, Campbell, before. Now, of course, it's fight number 7. So far, so good, 6-2. You showed something different, I think, in your last fight against Joe Ducker as well. I think you caught a lot of people's eye in that one. You've had some critics. You're going to get that anyway. We knew that starting off. How are you feeling now going into this 7th fight at the arena?
Yeah, I think the penny's dropped now with me. It's it was obvious in my early fights. I was a bit over-eager and forcing things and going in there trying to get that stoppage when it weren't quite there. And then it's like the oldest saying in boxing, it never comes when you go looking for it. Whereas in my last couple, I've just took the pressure off myself, gone in there and relaxed and put in my 2 best performances. I think last time I shown that I can box and I can think about what I'm doing, and shown some more classy work, and I think it's going to be the same again this time.
Campbell, so we just said off camera, I'm going to say it again. This is the first time at the arena with a crowd. What's that going to mean to you, sort of, to you, like yourself? Everyone's going to talk about the family, but for you, like, how important is it for you? Yeah,
I can't wait. It's been it's always been a dream to box at the MEN, and like last time, it might as well have been anywhere, behind closed doors. So really, this is the first one, and to have all my mates there and all my family there cheering me on, and I've been there myself watching like top nights of boxing, like yourself and Josh Warrington, Tyson Fury, and now it's my go. So I'm really excited.
You know, in the last fight, and I mentioned the Ducker fight, I mean, you've had 2 stoppages on your record already. I mean, it can sometimes take fighters a long time to get that first stoppage, and you mentioned that you've been patient now. You're going to face a guy that is going to offer different challenges, tough, 34 years of age, Lee Glover. He's been around a bit, he's been in with good company, and again, you're fighting someone with a winning record. So what have you looked into him, and how are you preparing for this one?
Yeah, we've looked at a lot, because like you say, he's boxed at a good level, so there's plenty out there of him, and we've seen he's still ambitious and he's going to give it a really good go, and I think that's going to just play into my hands. I think I'll show more of the classy boxing that I shown last time out, and that's the answer for me. I think that'll be the difference on the night, and there's plenty of things that we've seen that we can exploit and work in my favour.
Well, I was always lucky enough a lot of times going to the arena, I'd be on the same bill with fighters from a stable, from the gym. You're fortunate enough this time with your mate, gym mate, Luke Evans. How's it been like training alongside each other for that, knowing you've got the same day? I know it's only been for the last few weeks, he's only just found out, but how's that been? Does that add a little bit extra for you?
Yeah, it's made the camp that bit more enjoyable, and obviously because we're at the same stage of a camp where normally we've both had fights coming up, but like a few weeks difference in them, so we've been at different levels. Whereas this time we've been doing plenty of sparring together, both like in the same position, where it's like we're just really looking forward to it, pushing each other on, and it's going to be a good night for us both.
Top of the bill is Conor Benn against Chris Van Heerden. Uncle Matt boxed Chris Van Heerden back in the day as well. And Conor, you know, he's spoken about yourself, he's spoken about the family pressure, and, you know, he's in a very similar situation to you. Obviously, he's a bit further ahead now in his professional career. But have you had much to do with him? He always speaks very well of you and the journey you're on now.
Yeah, he's been really helpful with my career. I've spent a bit of time down in Essex and done bits of training down there, spent a few days down at Tony Sims' gym. And I've had loads of advice off him, main one being about ignoring all the armchair pundits sat at home, and he's been under a little bit of pressure off people. He's had a bit of stick himself early on in his career, and he's persevered through it and worked hard, and he's come out the other side now where he's really kicking on and he's a world level contender. So I think that's just what I've got to do as well. I think just persevere. I've had the same sort of challenges early on that he's had to deal with, and it's a bit of a blueprint for how my career needs to go. Just need to stay in the gym, keep working hard, keep improving, and I'm confident that eventually I'll come out the other side and I'll be in a similar position.
You're keeping nice and active, you're in the gym all the time. Not talking titles, I know you're a man who wants to keep improving and keep improving. You map out the perfect 2022 for Campbell Hatton.
I'd say be as busy as I was last year. I had 6 fights in under 12 months. I think it was 9 months I had the 6 in. So if I can have the same again this time and keep getting that experience under my belt, I think we've cracked it.
Just want to kind of touch upon, the Conor Benn stuff and the advice he's given you. But when you were getting that criticism when you box a Spanish lad, and you're not immune to it, nobody is, and you've got your dad, you've got Uncle Matt as well, who they've been there, they've had criticism and everything else. How hurtful was it for you, and how much did you have to kind of work at overcoming that?
Yeah, it was. It was a hard few weeks, and the first thing I did was delete all my social medias for a bit. Just put it out my head and block it out. But yeah, I was absolutely gutted. I massively underperformed on that night. But I think in the long run, that'll stand me in good stead. Yeah. One thing Matt said to me was that it takes fighters years to develop a thick skin and be able to put up with the criticism and being under the spotlight and all that. Whereas I've been able to develop that thick skin early on in my career. Whereas going forward, I know there's nothing's going to top the stick I got after that. No matter how bad things get, or if I was to really underperform again or even get beat, I know it can only be as bad as that. It can't get any worse. So it's a bit of a safety net now where I can just crack on and take that pressure off myself.
Have you visualised what it's going to be like with the crowd at the arena, knowing about your dad's story? This fella here obviously had 1 or 2 decent nights in there as well. The ring walk, the crowd, there's only one Campbell Hatton maybe, or walking in a Campbell Wonderland. I don't know how it's going to pan out, but have you thought about all of that?
Thought about that since I was about 13. I can't wait. It's going to be a top atmosphere. I think the whole card's going to make for a good night, and to have my supporters, Luke's supporters, we're all backing each other. So really looking forward to it.
Mate, we look forward to seeing it play out, mate. All the best.
Nice one, mate.